Alright guys, so this is a long overdue review. I kind of had some sort of flu this past 2 weeks, so my voice wasn't that good. So anyways, this right here, my friends, is the Keychron V1 Custom Mechanical Keyboard. Just a little backgrounder, this unit was released around maybe 2 months ago, at the same time that Keychron released their Alice layout, the Keychron Q8 keyboard. And I was supposed to get that keyboard. However, a lot of reviews came out regarding the V1 and I was really curious about it. It is a budget keyboard at the price range of around $84 to $100, so that's around 5,000 pesos. And it was really interesting because on paper, there's a lot of good things going on for this keyboard. And when I got the keyboard, I was really surprised because honestly, it does look like the Keychron Q1 at first glance, all right? And the Keychron Q1 remains to be my all-time favorite keyboard. It's the keyboard that started this channel. For those of you who do not know, my modding guide on the Q1 was what led me to continue this channel. And now we're at 2,000, almost 2,000 subscribers. So I'm really thankful for all of you awesome supporters out there, all right? So going back, the main focus of this review is to tell you if this keyboard is worth it for 2022. All right, so let's dive into the specifications. So there are a lot of options when you go to the Keychron website. There's a fully assembled knob version, bare bone and bare bone knob version. There's a frosted translucent version, which not really my type. I got the carbon black version, which is really good. Again, I told you, it reminds you so much of the Q1 keyboard. They have 3 switch options. Now they named it as the Keychron K Pro Brown switches. So these are box switches compared to the usual Gateron Pro Browns before. But honestly, for me, it feels the same. Not much big of a difference. So this Keychron, again, aesthetically is pleasing for me. I like the layout, the 75% layout with dedicated with arrow keys that are separated from the main keyboard. It has RGB, and looking into the full specs, you see that this keyboard offers a lot of enthusiast level features that you might want to have in your keyboard. So you have your QMK and VIA support, which is for me very important. It has dampening pads. You can get it with a knob. It has a toggle switch to switch between Mac and Windows, especially for the control and the alt keys. It's hot swappable. It is south facing, one of the main key features why I would consider this keyboard. And it comes in with a good set of PBT keycaps. Not the best, but they're okay, they're good. And you have your foams, you have the plate foam, you have the bottom case silicone, so not much modding needed to be done with this keyboard. However, it still comes with a very stiff steel plate and it has a tray mounted design. So I think that those two features, the tray mounted design and the steel plate, is what took the magic away from this keyboard. Remove those two apart and this could have been one of the best budget keyboards in 2022. And let me tell you why. All right, so this is the stock sound test of the keyboard. All right, it's decent. It doesn't sound bad, but it's also not the best sounding for me. The typing feel is really stiff, and that's expected of a keyboard with a steel plate and a tray mounted design. So I modded this keyboard with the aim of improving the sound primarily, because I know that there is nothing much I can do to improve the flex of this keyboard. And yes, you can try to do the O-ring mod. You can try to cut off the standoffs. You can try all of those stuff. You can even go as far as ordering a custom plate to make the typing feel a little bit softer. But personally, for me, it's not going to be worth it. The cost and the effort to do so might as well go into considering other keyboards. All right. So what did I do for this keyboard to improve the sound? Honestly, nothing that much, because the stock configuration, the sound is already a bit clean. There's no hollowness, unlike the Q1, because this is a plastic case. So what I did were simple modifications, such as the tape mod. I added a PE foam in between the PCB, on top of the PCB, a PE foam. And I just tuned the stabilizers. That's pretty much it. Mind you, this keyboard comes in with the stabilizers that you see in the Q series keyboards. So it's a screw-in stabilizer of good quality. You just have to re-lube them. I did mine with XHT-BDZ for the wires and 205 grade 0 on the housing. And that's it. I don't feel the need to replace the stabilizers, which is a plus for budget keyboards at this price range. It's not that common that you encounter such good stabilizers for this keyboard. So here's the modified sound test of this keyboard. Right? Were you able to hear the difference? For me, the mod sound test is much cleaner, a bit more poppy because of the PE foam, a bit more marbly. And do I like it? Yeah, I think this keyboard sounds good, except for the space bar. The space bar might be a bit lacking for my taste. And then I even tried replacing the keycaps. Right now, this one has the GMK keycaps and the switches. This one now has a Gateron North Pole. And it sounds like this. Right? So it's good. It sounds good. It looks good. Now let's answer the question. Is it still a solid purchase? Is it still worth it in 2022? Right now, the custom mechanical keyboard market has been very competitive with a lot of options depending on where you are. But if you're here in the Philippines at the 5,000 to 6,000 price point, I've got to be honest, there are better options out there. The likes of the Fecker Alice, the Acco ACR Pro, the CIY Gas 67, those keyboards would offer primarily a better typing feel. Sound is always subjective, but I personally feel that there are other keyboards as well which will offer a better sound profile than the Keychron V1. So, should you buy this keyboard? It depends on you. So, if you want a keyboard that looks good, and if you want the specs that this keyboard has to offer, specifically the stabilizers, the south-facing PCB, that might be the one thing that will lead you towards this keyboard, then by all means, go ahead. It's a good keyboard for the price, but if you don't mind north-facing options, if you don't mind the looks of other competitor, then you might consider getting another set of keyboard. That's my thought on the Keychron V1. I bought this keyboard with the end result that this will be used by my secretaries in the clinic, and it looks like that is where this keyboard is going. The Keychron V1, it's an okay keyboard. I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's an okay keyboard. It has a lot of punches for the enthusiasts, but at 2022, it felt short with the tray mount design. It felt short with the tray mount design and the steel plate. So Keychron, if you are viewing this video, I have 2 suggestions to make this keyboard an awesome keyboard. I would suggest that you change it to your gasket mounted design, which you've already perfected in your Q series keyboards. And please do replace that plate to something less stiff. I don't think that polycarbonate or palm plate would be a more expensive option. I'm not sure about that, but I think that enthusiasts would prefer that over the steel plate. Do that and you have a Keychron Q1 Lite version. I know that nomenclature is for KBD, all right? But KBD fans, all right? But that's basically what this keyboard is trying to aim at. It's a plastic version of the Q1, which felt short for me because of the tray mount design and the steel plate. So those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Awesome 2K subscribers. See you as we hit the 3,000 level mark, hopefully soon. Lots of videos in store for you guys, lots of Switch and keyboard reviews. Thank you. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so.